Hi, this is Bruce Buffer, and you're listening to the Brats and Beard Podcast.
Welcome back, tailgaters! Woo! What is going on? This is the first episode of the second season of Brats and Beers. So we are excited to have you back. If you're listening, if you're a new listener, great. But we are excited to start the second season for you guys. Happy New Year. Guys, say what's up to everyone.
What's up to everyone?
Hello.
Nice. Good job, guys. What kind of beer? What are you guys drinking tonight?
Water, brah. Dry Jan. Going strong.
Me
Day
too,
11.
dude. Me too. I'm dry as well. It's pretty sad for a podcast called Brats and Beers, but whatever.
Hey, we focus on health too.
Yeah. I'll do 1 month. This will be the 1 month of my life I do it.
Drew, what you sipping?
I'm drinking water too. Bush Light, baby. Bush Light.
Growth water.
All right. Kind of have a funny out there question for tonight. What is your guys' favorite dinosaur? And then which dinosaur do you think resembles us?
Oh my gosh.
Drew, do you have anything good here?
So my favorite dinosaur is the Stegosaurus because it's cute and has these little spade-like spines on its back, and it's got a nice little horny tail, and I like horny in tails, so that's my favorite dinosaur.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna cut you off real quick though. Just because you're on the Stegosaurus right now, that's the one I had. I said that mostly resembled Cody. One, because he's horny after tail. Two, he's thick and muscular, which is that it's one of the most thick and muscular ones. And then it has a tiny head, like its head is really small compared to its body. And it also said that its brain is the size of a walnut. So
Checks all of the boxes, and I appreciate that, man.
all right. Well, Drew, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but continue.
Well, so I thought Cody most resembles a Triceratops because in Land Before Time they were the grumpy dinosaurs, and when he gets past his bedtime, which is 6:30, he gets pretty crabby.
That's a great point.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
And then Sean, I wanted to pick a T-Rex, but actually no, Sean, you are a T-Rex because your arms are so small.
Oh, I love it.
What about you guys?
Let's see. I had myself as a Brachiosaurus, because he's just a tall, like giraffe-like long neck dinosaur, and it's just slow and probably stupid. So,
So we're all dumb, or
yeah, dinosaurs are pretty dumb. So, Drew, I had you as, I've never even heard of this one, but I found it online. It's the Cosmoceratops. It has an array of frills, flaps, and horns. And it has a very elaborate hairdo that would often be used to attract the opposite sex during mating season. And yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. And you have gone through some crazy hairdos before. You've dyed your own hair. You've done some crazy stuff, and you got a nice flow going. So kind of reminded me of you. Check out the Cosmoceratops though. There's some cool pictures of it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And it also has a pea-sized brain.
It's smaller than a walnut.
Cody, what about you? You can rip about us now.
I don't got a whole lot of ripping. I have Drew as what's called a Spinosaurus, mainly because when I was looking, there was this goofy-ass guy in this costume wearing it. And also they got extremely long, apparently stretchy tails, and there's been a lot of stories about Drew with long and stretching on his own tail in college. And I went basic with Sean with just a T-Rex because when you see that dude wake up, his back's always sore from being so tall. He's always walked hunched over, arms barely getting out of the sleeves of his sweatshirt. Fairly grumpy. But here's the one thing. If you could be any dinosaur, I think you'd want to be an alligator because they're still alive.
Good point.
They survived everything. They're still grinding.
That is a good point. I like that answer. Can you also send me a picture of that Spinosaurus in the costume? That needs to go up on Instagram.
Yeah, I got
Just
you.
a random thought out there. Incisive-saurus is a dinosaur. It's a weird looking one. You gotta look it up sometime. That's what I thought you guys were gonna pick for me.
Also, my favorites, I would say, are probably like the T-Rex, the Velociraptors, and the Ankylosaurus. Those are
You
pretty
would be
awesome.
an ankless because you always are
Ankylosaurus.
busting those ankles.
You would be a Raptors fan.
Oh, no. All right. So, dinosaurs, love them. Let's
Good
talk.
topic, John.
Let's thanks, dude. Let's do some tailgating.
Ooh.
NFL playoffs, guys. What do you guys see come out of this weekend? There were some crazy games. Some stuff
Before
didn't
we
expect.
get into that, Sean, just curious what you would do if it was 4th and 2 and you were on the 47-yard line, I think.
I think it was a 42-yard line.
Is that a
42-yard
fucking
line?
Pittsburgh Steelers reference or is that a Tennessee Titans reference? Because they both did that yesterday. Made no sense at all. Steelers are down 12, fourth quarter. It's like 4th and 4, 4th and 5. They freaking punt it on their own 45 or something. Makes no sense. And then, yeah, I can't believe somebody took Vrabel's balls from him, man, because last year he was going for everything, being ballsy with everything. And then we're on our own 40 and he freaking punts it with the biggest, strongest running back in the league. It's just mind blowing.
Who got absolutely shut down, by
He
the
did
way.
get
He did
shut
good.
down.
Yeah, that's good coaching on the Ravens' behalf.
Dude, he was angry. Him and Vrabel were arguing with each other on the sidelines. Like they said they wanted to get him 25 or 26 touches, I think, at one point, like midway through the fourth. I remember he only had like 18. I don't know if he was just frustrated or what was going on, but
When you're averaging like 2.2 yards per carry, you got to do something different.
it also sucks when Corey Davis goes down, essentially pretty much just have A.J. Brown and then scrubs after that. And, yeah, it was a rough game.
Johnny Smith had some stone hands a couple times when I was watching too.
Dude, yeah. He's very hit or miss.
Well,
rough game.
Yep, sorry about that, Sean.
Yeah,
I was rooting for the Titans, man.
Hey, go Pack, go now. On to the next team, right, Cody?
Yeah, we got all the stickers for all the teams that we want to win at one point in time. A lot of upsets though.
Yeah.
It was 3-3 for favorites.
Yeah.
Over the weekend. So
Browns. What do you think of the Browns game last night? Came out 28-0 right away.
they didn't almost blow it, I don't think, but it got a lot closer than I thought it was going to. It was a 12-point or 11-point game at one point in time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I kind of thought they'd maybe have a chance to come back and make it pretty close, but Big Ben throwing 4 interceptions. Can't do it with that.
Yeah, I guess the only thing you can say is we were right. The Steelers aren't good.
Frauds.
So.
We've been calling it for a while. They're definitely frauds. Juju can go back to TikToking now.
Which he already did. And Chase.
Yeah. Did you see him TikToking at the line? He was doing a dance right before the ball was snapped on one play. Dude, what an idiot. Yeah, he did. He was was at the sidelines doing a dance, and then he turned and then he gets set for a play. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking kid. Like, I'd be so pissed.
He's young.
He's an idiot.
You guys think Big Ben comes back next year? I know he's got 1 year in his contract, but I was just listening to Adam Schefter. He said he's got a $41.5 million cap hit, which is the highest across all the NFL for next season. That's a lot to take for a quarterback that performs that way in the playoffs.
He was crying after the game, so that's kind of weird. Like usually you don't see much emotion coming from him, so to see him crying like that, you think something's gonna happen. The Rams upset the Seahawks. The Seahawks look like complete dog shit. I don't know what was going on there, but they were with all the offensive talent that team has, they cannot get it together. At least this year they couldn't.
Hey, some things I was thinking about though are the Vikings almost beat the Seahawks. I mean, they kind of aren't as good as everyone says they are.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean is like them and the Rams, they could put it together some games, and other games they just be god awful, and it's I don't know if it's coaching or what it is, but
I think it goes to show how long the NFL season is, because if you look at week 10, 11, you got the Steelers are undefeated, they look unstoppable. You got Russ for MVP, all this shit, and then you get to week 17 and round 1 of the playoffs, and it's completely different script.
Yeah.
Not only that, Cody, 3 weeks ago, the Seahawks lose to the Giants 17-12. I mean, that's not an MVP caliber quarterback losing to the Giants.
I wonder if he gets any votes this year.
Do you guys think the Heineke or whatever hype is real over there in Washington, or?
I mean, he's fun to watch. I don't know if he's technically a franchise quarterback. He played with all of his heart, so I can't take that away from him.
Well, even if you like him, he's already been canceled. Today it came out that he's a mega supporter, so he is already getting torn to shreds on any social media you go on. So
Damn.
His career was short-lived.
I will say shout out to this guy at my work 4 years ago. I think he was drafted he was signed by the Vikings originally. And he would always every week be like, Taylor Heineke, can't wait till he comes in. He's going to be the best. And he had an awesome game. I mean, it sucks they lost. Well, I don't know if it sucks they lost because the Buccaneers are the only team that can beat the Packers right now. So go Bucks. But
that's going to be a good game Sunday night, though.
Yeah.
Against the Rams?
No, Bucs Saints.
Oh,
Bucs Saints,
yeah. Like
Breeze and Tom. They've met in the playoffs? There wasn't a Super Bowl with Saints Patriots, was there?
I don't think so. No.
So this will be their first playoff meeting.
Must be, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the Rams. Come to Lambeau. As long as we can stop Aaron Donald, I feel pretty comfortable stopping their offense with our average defense. So.
Yeah, I wonder how his ribs are doing. They're broken, or I don't know what's going on there, but
yeah, I was wondering why he's on the sideline.
I'm sure he'll be in. So yeah, NFL.
One more comment on the Rams, quick. So the backup quarterback started right for the Rams,
mm-hmm.
and then Goff came in. Wouldn't you be kind of pissed as like a fan that if Goff was able to be a backup, why didn't he come start? It's a playoff game.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Well, the other dude is now a quadriplegic. He got hit in the head and was taken to the hospital, so that's why.
They also didn't have another quarterback on their active roster.
Yeah, he's not actually a quadriplegic, but maybe. I don't know. His head got stuffed. So,
was that Jamal Adams that crunched him?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I don't even know if Goff would have came in. Like maybe if the dude would have thrown 3-4 interceptions. But
this is the last game of the season.
Yeah, it's mind blowing to me that
I think the way that they break it down is that it's not beneficial for him to play since he just had surgery on his thumb. So like it can be detrimental to the long term of his career. So it's like we don't want to play him if we don't have to, but obviously the situation arose where they had. I mean, who else are you going to put back there? Cooper Kupp could throw a couple balls, but
well, they had Blake Bortles, but like, why didn't they ever put him on the active roster?
Because it's Blake Bortles.
Yeah, but would you rather have a dude with like a fucked up hand? Maybe over Blake Bortles.
Exactly. Yeah. You answered your question.
As I said it, I say, yeah, I'd rather have. That's funny, but yeah, I agree, Drew. Like, that's a crazy thing to do going into a playoffs, like win or go home, and you're just like, let's start this guy. It's
who threw a pick the first
right away
last game, right?
Yeah,
the game before. Yeah. I just don't understand, but maybe they trust their defense more than the Vikings would.
Apparently McVay like loves him and thought he's been doing like amazing, so he was all on board.
Yeah. Well, they got to win, so whatever. Yeah.
You guys seeing anything out of the NBA you guys are liking, or anything crazy jumping out to you there?
I saw the Bucks are number 4 in the power rankings. I don't think they deserve that right now, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride so far with them.
It's a weird season for all the teams that are supposed to be really good. Everyone's kind of starting out a little slow, so I don't know what's going on. If it's the shortened off season since the bubble or what, but it's weird.
Yeah, like the Wizards are 2-8 with Russ and Beal. Russ, he's out right now, but yeah, they've been struggling. Our boy Bogdanovich just fractured his right leg or something, and he's gonna be out for a while. That sucks.
You never want injuries for anybody, but if you did, it'd be that guy.
It is him.
Yeah, you guys are a little salty about that.
Yeah, I was fine with that. The Raptors are 2-7. That's kind of crazy.
So, I mean, you guys can slam the T-Wolves as much as you want, but they lost Cat and they played like the best teams in the league. So they were on a pretty serious losing streak, but they got a win last night. So
yeah, against the Raptors, right?
No, the Spurs.
Spurs. Yeah, Spurs. My bad.
But I don't know. It's tough when Towns is the best player, or it's tough when Towns isn't the best player on the court.
Yeah. Do you think your draft pick should be starting the games?
Yeah, he had 26 the other night.
Yeah, I heard he's been balling.
Throw Edwards out there. I don't get it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people want to see him. But yeah, you guys aren't playing bad basketball right now. 3-7. I mean, that's playoffs right there. Keep it up.
4-7.
No, you're 3-7. I'm looking at ESPN right now. You guys are 3-7. Don't try to sneak a win in there.
Wait, we don't count preseason.
You guys got to earn that. College football, we got the national championship tonight. What are you guys' thoughts there? Who are you guys picking?
We can talk in quarter 3 about that if you want.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's do that.
Let's go college basketball. Iowa beat Minnesota yesterday. I'm loving me some Iowa still, riding that train. We got Michigan State this week.
Thursday, they will be playing Michigan State. Oh, Wisconsin's got Michigan tomorrow, 9-7.
How have they been doing?
Pretty good. They're 10-2 right now.
Number 9 in the country.
Yeah, they're climbing back up, but I'm just waiting for another stupid, disappointing loss here soon to drop us back down.
It'll be against Rutgers. Probably.
Rutgers on Friday. Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't happen. But yeah, Iowa can keep rolling. What's their ranking right now? 5? Yeah,
we
5.
are number 5. Yeah,
11-2. Nice. I like it. We'll keep rolling. NHL, is that starting soon?
I believe the 15th.
I know they're getting the ice ready at a bunch of places. So go Knights.
Hey, going back to college basketball, I was reading about the NCAA tournament being held only in Indiana. Do you think, are they going to try to make it a bubble, or are they just going to hold it in like the whole state of Indiana?
That's a great question, dude. I feel like, I mean, they might have to do it like NBA style, but like being just in Indiana, like how do you do that? Like there's no place. Like with the NBA, they're at a resort. Like this, I feel like it's gonna be too hard.
How can you also like plan all this when half these schools that are going to be in the tournament aren't even holding in-person classes, but you're going to force these kids to go to a different state and play in tournaments?
Because money talks, and those students going to math class don't bring them any revenue. Nope. And these guys with a jersey on their back do. So that is your answer.
So doesn't that, I mean, justify some sort of, I mean, I get they get compensated with scholarships and things, but just, I've never really been like a strong proponent, like pay the athletes. But at this point, I think it's kind of showing the ugly side of it, and maybe they should start talking about it more seriously.
Yeah. Dude, our walnut brains cannot comprehend this kind of stuff. So
you're a P.
Oh, sorry. I definitely can't.
I think they should have a pay system. It should be based on the amount you play, like your usage minutes, and that's what you should get paid based on. That's
man, that would be a coaching nightmare, because they'd be like, oh, let's take this kid off the bench and give him 3 minutes because we don't want to pay that guy. He's at the 20-minute bonus.
If that was high school, I would have got paid $0.
There's got to be some formula where they could figure some shit out. But yeah, I mean, but then you're going to get all these people who, I mean, if that was the case, like, then I think it would kind of help spread out like all these superstars going to big schools and just like sitting there, like waiting to have their chance. Like, I feel like you'd get a lot of people like going to like random, like Missouri or something, just to go get some play time and make some more money, you know? You think that would help?
Off like every Missouri player. There goes that following.
I don't know why I came up with that school, but I mean, they're not getting Alabama recruits there, so that's my point.
What's Alabama ranked in basketball?
I was thinking football in my head, but
I'll tell you right now, they're not in the top 25.
Okay.
You guys got anything else here in tailgating?
Oh, the last thing is back to NFL, Bears Saints. Did we talk about that?
The Nickelodeon version?
Dude,
I was actually kind of enjoying that a little bit.
I kind of like
the slime zone. Like, bring that back.
I saw one. So like there was a holding penalty, and so young Sheldon popped up. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
I don't even like holding hands, so that's my favorite call.
I like someone missed a field goal, and SpongeBob was in between the goalposts, and he's like, I think SpongeBob scared him out of there.
I love it. That's too funny.
It was kind of embarrassing.
What's his face? Sean Payton got slimed after the game. Like he said, if we win the game, I'll let them slime me, and he actually did it in the locker room. So that's kind of funny.
Wow.
Kind of cool. Kurt Warner, his son, had like a traumatic brain injury, like when he was like 4 months old. So he's like special needs, and he's 31 now. And I guess he's never like watched a game with his son. And I guess yesterday was the first time that his son like sat down with him to watch the game because it was on Nickelodeon. So
Oh, wow.
I thought that was really cool. He like shared that
cool.
on social media, and of course everyone started to rip, like had no idea that he was special needs. Like, your son's like, he looks like he's 40. What the hell? And
Man.
and people
they
had to
should
come
do
to his defense, and they look like assholes. But I thought that was really cool.
I've been trying to figure out what the point of it was. You know, is it because they say it's to get more kids involved, but kids already like football.
Yeah,
I think Nickelodeon just wanted a payday, so they
That's what I
they
thought.
purchased the rights for one of the games.
I think
Worst game to pick.
Yeah.
Like the Bears. The one
guy
thing
got
about that
punched in
game,
the face.
yeah, the one thing about that game though is if that Denzel Mims caught that long touchdown that was like laid right into his bread basket.
No, that's not it. That's not him, Cody.
Javon Wims.
Oh, I mean, not who did I say? Denzel.
Denzel Mims. The Jets aren't in the playoffs. Come on.
No, they're not. Yeah, but if he caught that in the end zone, it would have been 7-7 and just a completely different game. I kind of wish he did to see which direction it went. Gosh, the Bears suck.
Fuck that game up, man. For sure.
But the Bears defense really couldn't tackle yesterday either. There's a lot of times they had a chance to make, and then they had the offsides call on the fourth down.
Dude, that dude jumped like I don't even know if they were gonna run a play, honestly. Like I feel like they were just almost gonna get him to jump, and Breeze hit him with that hard count, and that fucking idiot came off the right side. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, he had one job, not to move.
Pagano's balls exploded.
Dude. But I don't know. I'm on board with the Nickelodeon game. Like, I didn't get to enjoy it. I don't have Nickelodeon, but I saw a bunch of highlights and shit, so it was pretty awesome. But I'm all for it.
Please support our podcast so Sean can get cable.
Yeah, if you guys can send it to my GoFundMe, thanks. All right, should we do it first quarter, guys?
Let's do it.
All righty. Sound effects will be in full effect in season 2. Let's discuss the Heisman winner and I guess why quarterbacks most likely get it every year. And then we'll kind of talk about like biggest flops after that. So, I mean, Alabama's Devonta Smith won it this season. He's a wide receiver, and a wide receiver has now won it since 1991. Do you guys know who that was who won it in 1991?
Mark Ingram.
No, he's a wide receiver.
Oh,
Sterling Sharp.
Wait. I know who it is. Don't say it.
You guys know this. He posed like the Heisman in the end zone. Super famous picture. He played for the Michigan Wolverines.
I'm drawing a blank.
Desmond Howard.
Yep. Desmond Howard. I knew that too because they kept talking about it every time.
Yeah, I've only seen it 4 times now.
What are your guys' thoughts? I mean, quarterbacks have won it 12 of the last 14 awards. Derrick Henry and Mark Ingram were the only two that weren't quarterbacks in those last 14. What are your guys' thoughts? Why do QBs always win it? Why are they always looked at and beat out some of these running backs and wide receivers who have amazing seasons?
I think it's because they touch the ball the most. They're the most impactful on a team. That's why like most MVPs in the NFL are going to be quarterbacks. Even look at this year. You had Derrick Henry, who's got over 2,000 yard rushing, and he's not even in the top 5 for Vegas odds. But I think it's just they have the most impact on a game.
They're probably the smartest person on the field as well. Like if your quarterback needs to be the smartest person on the field.
But it's not like the spelling bee.
I get that, but they have to study way harder than any other person. They should.
They have to know like everybody's job for every play, for each position and everything. I get that. I just appreciate the way that Devonta Smith looks. Like he looks funny as hell, like a little kid out there with his baggy football pants on. We were watching a game. I don't even remember which game it was, and Bree she just fell in love with him. She's like, "Look at that guy's little legs!" And then he scored like back-to-back long touchdowns, and then he freaking goes on and wins the Heisman. But
dude, I felt like Bree watching a game too. I was like, he caught like a one-handed catch, and I'm like, "Holy shit, this guy's awesome!" Then I watched the whole rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly. He's fun to watch. Do you guys think he'll translate to the NFL pretty good?
That's a good question.
I think so. I think he will. I feel like I don't know what it is, but like obviously this last wide receiver class was like pretty amazing, but like I don't know if it's just the athleticism that's been coming out of a lot of these schools or like what it is with the wide receiver crews. Like I don't know if it's just their pure speed or what, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of them are really kind of catching on to the NFL, and maybe it's the harder rules on defensive backs. Maybe it's making a lot of these wide receivers look better because they literally can't be touched ever. Yeah, I don't know. I think he'll be a decent receiver.
My father doesn't think it'll translate because you got the best quarterback, best O-line, best running back, and so it's just making Devontae Smith look that much better. He's not saying he's bad. He's just saying wide receivers in general. You know what I'm saying?
But you could also say that about quarterbacks, or
Yeah.
even running backs. Look at Wisconsin running backs. They can go on and have these amazing seasons, and then they go to the NFL. I'm not saying like Jonathan Taylor, he's doing really well, but running backs in the past, like Monte Ball, he had like a freakish year in college, and then went to the
Just
Broncos and sucked. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of tough. Do you guys think though, like if you're an amazing quarterback, but like your wide receivers are god awful, like say you just have a bunch of like Valdez-Scantlings on your team and like none of them can catch passes, but like you're a really good quarterback, like don't you think like that kind of sucks for them? Like should they transfer, or like how does that hurt their like Heisman? I guess I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, it does.
I
Like
think
Jonnu Smith.
it probably hurts their Heisman because they look at stats and they look at wins, but it probably doesn't actually hurt their draft stock too much because NFL executives will look at drop rate and they can translate that to like, oh, it's an accurate passer with shitty receivers.
yeah.
If you lead the league in drop rate, it's like, well,
Sean, they got NFL Next Generation stats now, powered by AWS. They can calculate that. Okay.
Yeah. All
shout out
right, all right.
AWS.
Yeah. So is it more so the most outstanding player in the country, or the most valuable player on a highly ranked team? And I guess it's one and the same. I don't know.
Kind of, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you literally have to be on like a top team now to win it or even come close. But I mean that kind of makes sense. Like if you perform amazing, like your team should be there or be in some sort of contention. I don't know.
Right.
Let's
Right.
look. Who were the top 5 this year? They had Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Trask from Florida.
I mean, they were up there.
Devontae Smith. So I guess, yeah, it is all big name teams, but isn't that where the best players go anyway? So it depends on
Yeah.
how you look at it.
Yeah. Let's see here. You guys want to talk about some busts? Do you guys
Yes.
have any of like your top like busts?
For what?
The Heisman?
Like this year or like in
No, I just mean like in general. Like,
like in the past?
like who do you think, like who would you guys say are like maybe your one or two like biggest busts you guys can think of?
All right. I'm going number one here.
Yeah,
Johnny Manziel,
for sure.
one of the biggest Heisman busts, but he did deserve the Heisman. He broke all of Cam Newton's records, and it was the first season that Texas A&M was in the SEC, and he brought him that far. I mean, I hate Johnny Manziel, but he probably deserved it.
Yeah, I think I could agree with that. But yeah, he's definitely. I have him one of my 3 biggest busts. Cody, do you have one?
I think Doc Blanchard back in 1945 out of Army. He was a fullback. He was a bruiser, but he didn't really do much after he'd won that Heisman, I don't believe.
That is true. Good old Donnie boy. He struggled, in the system. I would say, do you guys remember Eric Crouch?
I do.
Yeah.
From Nebraska, was it? He threw for only 1,500 yards and he threw for 7 touchdowns, but he ran for 1,100 yards and he had 18 touchdowns on the ground. Like that is unreal. But yeah, his NFL career was absolutely irrelevant. Like he was a huge bust.
What about 2006 Troy Smith?
Yeah.
He did absolutely nothing. I think he got drafted late and then just never went anywhere with it. Ohio State quarterback.
I think Tim Tebow's up there too, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about Reggie Bush?
I wouldn't call him a bust.
Because he was touted to be like one of the greatest running backs in college history. He was explosive. He was extremely fun to watch. And then he was serviceable in the NFL. He kind of bounced around a few teams. Where did he go first?
I mean, he was with the Saints forever. Like they won a Super Bowl there. Like, I mean, I think he had a pretty good career there, and then he bounced around. But like, I think his time in New Orleans kind of solidified him to not be a bust, in my opinion.
It just is like the height that he came from out of college.
Yeah,
he took it a couple steps back in the NFL.
But like, think about how many people are coming out of college like winning the Heisman, or just even if you don't win it, like just think about the hype like around people. Like everyone's like, even if like with Trevor Lawrence, like people are gonna be like, oh my God, he's going to be amazing. Like he should carry a team. Like he could easily not. Like there's so many examples.
Ron Dane out of Wisconsin. Yeah. He didn't do much. I think he went to the Giants or something and had a shitty career. Sam Bradford.
Bad.
Timmy Tebow. He did win a playoff game, but
he did. He had a couple fourth quarter comebacks. But this one's for Sean. Jason White from Oklahoma. Yeah, he was in front of Eli and Larry Fitzgerald, drafted by the Titans, never played an NFL snap.
Yes, it's great. That's awesome. the Titans had another one that I would consider a bust, Mr. Marcus Mariota.
He won you guys a playoff game.
Shut the fuck up. He had so much potential. Now he's a third string quarterback.
Well, I forgot he won Heisman.
Yeah, he won Heisman.
Should we talk about Heisman winners that weren't busts?
Sure.
Like a Barry Sanders, does that name ring a bell?
I think I've heard of him.
Maybe a Desmond Howard?
Ooh.
Maybe your favorite 1995 Ohio State running back?
Eddie George?
Yeah, he's going to choke you when he sees you next.
Sean, when I see you, man, I will put you in the headline.
Yeah, I had a nice talk with him. He said he's going to choke me. I also was supposed to have a talk with Ryan Shazier today and Mark Ingram. And my phone wouldn't connect, so I didn't get to talk to either of them. So I'm pretty bummed about that.
Anyway, two more guys choking you out.
Yeah, right. I asked Eddie. I was like, "What's your score prediction for tomorrow?" And he was like, "You mean Monday?" Because like the whole thing was like a Capital One promotion to like for the game tonight. And he's like, "Oh, you mean Monday?" I was like, "No, for the Titans game." He's like, "Oh yeah, you're from Wisconsin. You're probably a Badger fan, aren't you?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." I'm like, "I'm surprised you guys even made it to the championship." And that's when he got pissed, hung up on me.
So did he not give you a prediction for the Titans game?
No, he just said, "Oh yeah, I think Ohio State's gonna win." I said, "All right."
Nice. What about I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Chris Wanke from Florida State. He was the oldest guy to win the Heisman, 28 years old, and drafted by the Panthers. He went 1-15 in his first season, but he got it over at LT. So
damn. Do you guys consider Mr. Superman Cam Newton a bust? I know this year was a bust, but in general, do you consider him a bust?
I mean, to be a league MVP and go to a Super Bowl isn't necessarily a bust, I guess. But
yeah, I'll keep him out of that talk. Let's see here. Who else do I have on the bust list? I got Jameis. I think Jameis is a bust. He's borderline bust, but I would say bust. RG3.
Yep.
Matt Leinart.
I got Matt.
Carson Palmer is borderline for me too.
Matt Leinart got it over Adrian Peterson.
Oh, damn. That's kind of crazy. They should have switched that up, if you know what I mean. Good old switch jokes. Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray. Baker yesterday, L-Jax. There's been some good talent recently.
Kyler's not a bust.
No, I'm saying those ones are some good ones to come out recently.
Oh.
Baker, I'm still not sold on him. I think they'll still get slaughtered next week, but we'll see.
What happens if they don't, Sean? What happens if they win? What do you change your mind finally?
That'd be insane. I mean, I'll keep his name out my mouth for a little bit. I'll give him some more respect. The Browns.
Depends on how they win.
But they'll get slaughtered.
Yeah, I think they'll get slaughtered.
If they rush for 280 yards and win, I think it's hard to give Baker a lot of credit. But.
Yeah, that's true. Like if there's like defensive touchdowns and rushing and like, yeah.
Dude, I think that you could have played quarterback for the Browns yesterday and probably, I mean, the defense did really well in that game. Granted, he did make some good plays, but he's a fucking bust.
I could have done it. He's a bust for sure.
Center would have snapped the ball and broke my finger. I would have been out of the game.
You would have still been feeling him up. You wouldn't even went for the ball.
You are sweaty.
You guys got anything else here with some Heismans? All right, let's run our way over to the second quarter.
Oh yeah, I do have one thing. Can you name the last defensive player to win a Heisman?
Ooh, I don't think I can.
Drew?
No idea.
Mr. Charles Woodson from 97.
Probably should have known that.
Cornerback, Michigan.
Damn.
Was he drafted by the Raiders? Did he play there his whole career?
Yeah, I believe so. And then he came to the Packers and went back to the Raiders.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right, second quarter. What are the best situational beers in your guys' opinion? So situational beers, we're talking about like, you get home from work on a Friday night and you're just like, damn, that was a long week. I need a beer right now. Like that's a good situational beer right there. What other ones you guys got?
I don't think we should use the term need because then we label ourselves as alcoholics. Maybe crave.
Desire.
I can start one. I think the best situational beer that I can think of is you're pulling up to that first tee box with the boys. You all crack your first beer open and tee them up. Nothing really beats that. Usually goes downhill from there for me.
I was going to say.
That's the peak of my golf experience. So that's
that one's paired with the clubhouse beer. The first beer you get back after that 18 and you're just like, fuck.
Shooting a clean 105, but the beer tastes good.
What other ones?
What about the just mowed the lawn beer? You finish the lawn, it smells good, looks good. You're sweaty, it's hot. Crack open that
down a beer.
That cold boy.
Okay. How about shower beers? Do you guys like shower beers? A good old Brower?
Dude, so we were talking about topics and we were talking about this topic, and then I was listening to ESPN on the drive home. It was Mike Golick Jr. and they were discussing if the shower beer is a real thing, and like it was like 2 to 6. They called people, like 2 people know what shower beers are, so maybe it's just a Wisconsin thing. I don't know.
It might be.
Do you, Drew? You've done shower beers in college.
Yeah,
well, you're more like a shower for a local guy, but
it might be an Iowa thing too, because I definitely drink in the shower.
The Midwest thing for sure.
They make like wine glass holders for the shower that suction cup to the wall too, so we're not that weird.
Yeah, that's just a Wisconsin thing.
Yeah. I feel like that might be more aimed at like baths, but
it was
I would
red,
love to see somebody
drinking
a wine in the shower. That would be kind of funny.
It would get a little diluted. I don't know how you guys shower, but like water's flying everywhere. I don't know how you could keep water out of a wine glass.
Yeah, you couldn't. You need like there needs to be a good like little shelf thing of like on the opposite side of the shower head. Otherwise you're drinking some water.
Dude, I don't know about you guys, but when I finish my beer, I kind of fill it up with a little shower water just to get the remnants out of it.
Yeah, rinse it out.
Into my mouth.
Cody does that, and then he freezes it, and then he drinks it later.
Well, I put brandy in it then. Brandy on the rocks, baby.
I love that.
Well, I have 6 written down here, Sean. So what do you got?
Let's hear. Well, okay. So recently, I've started to get into skiing, and by that I mean I've gone twice. So like I think like halfway through the day when you go in for like a beer and like a hot cocoa or something, I think that's pretty nice. Or after you're done with the ski runs, you like slam a beer. I think that's a good one. But Drew, what other ones do you have, man?
Well, you kind of said it already, but definitely at the first happy hour beer, because you're like dehydrated from work and stuff. It just hits different. That's number 1. This one's relevant to me right now. Pheasant hunting season's over, but after a long day of hunting, that beer just tastes sweet. Goes right to your stomach. This one is called the morning hangover beer.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like at a bachelor party or something, just wake up and start slamming some brewskis. It's the only way you're gonna feel better.
Yep.
And I'll save my last 3. What do you got?
No, what is it, man? Tell us.
All right. So a hot tub beer is kind of the same thing as a shower, but I love me a hot tub. There is like science out there, right? Where if your body like warms up, you kind of get a little buzz quicker, right?
Yeah, you can get a little more drunk in the hot tub.
I really can't go fishing without having a cooler full of beer. So beer in the boat always tastes good. And then my last one is an airport beer. I love when I'm waiting for my plane. I gotta go get a beer. I don't care where.
Paying $18 for a beer. I love it, dude.
And I'm gonna finish that $18 too.
Hell yeah. I always ask for refills, but they never let me. Like for free. Free refill. You guys have free refills here, right? They're like, sir, this is a Red Robin. Leave. I'm like, okay.
Bottomless beer with my bottomless fries.
Yeah, right. Trying to think of other good ones. I mean, the hunting beer was good this year. I went hunting again for the first time in probably over 10 years. And after about 2 hours sitting out in the cold, our whole crew would go back and just slam some beers and then go home. So it's perfect.
You guys killed it. What about the grilling up some brats with a beer?
Oh, yes.
Nice summer night, you got a beer, watching those brats start to... Well, if Drew was grilling them, he'd overcook them, but...
Sometimes I just start the grill just so I can have a beer. I'm not even cooking.
I would say a tailgating beer too. Like that first tailgating beer when you get all set up and then you crack that beer, man. Whoo, kind of relates to the grilling beer, but you know,
Let's play some bags.
it's a good one.
There's a lot of good times to drink beer.
There are. Not what are bad times to drink beer, you think? Funerals or
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
not true. I did go to a funeral this last
gotta celebrate life.
two summers ago. This last summer was COVID. 2 summers ago, Bree's family had a close family friend pass away, and during the ceremony, I guess he was like a big Miller Lite guy. So his kids and the family friends' kids were all walking around the pews handing out some cold Miller Lite, and that was kind of cool because they did a toast to him.
Nice.
There is no bad time for a beer, except for maybe like at AA or something.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
just
not
like during
a-
like a virtual job interview, maybe or something.
Yeah. If you're sitting at your AA, you probably shouldn't be like, situational beer. This is one of the best.
Handing out Miller Lite. We apologize if you have a problem. Get better.
Yeah. Let's see here. What other ones are bad situations? Are there any other ones? I don't know. I was gonna say a road soda before, but
You could.
probably frowned upon. Did you guys see that guy in Green Bay who got his 16th DUI and he ran into a power line and he knocked out like a third of the city's power, but it was his 16th DUI. He's like 74. His license was suspended like 8 years ago. Jesus.
74 years old.
Yeah. He had
You
a big
could beat
bump
that.
on his head.
You could get 16 way before you're 74. That guy was dragging him along. That's what he was doing.
He started late. Don't drink and drive because you might spill your drink.
Because you might spill your drink.
Any other ones? Otherwise, we can drink our way over to halftime.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. This season, we're going to start at least the first half of the season doing a little trivia contest. Last year, we were doing the surprise showdown. This year, it'll be kind of a surprise trivia style thing. We're still working out some kinks as far as the amount of questions, but I believe it's going to be, I think, 5 questions based on like one topic. Or maybe it'll be a couple topics. We're not really sure yet, but 5 questions we'll ask, and then we'll take the top scores for the season and kind of do a tournament style at the end again. So does that sound about right, guys? What are you thinking?
That sounds right. Should we give him like a sample trivia question?
Yeah, let's do a couple random ones here.
I got one.
All right.
You got one?
What's yours? What's yours?
Do you guys know the longest drive in PGA history?
432 yards.
Sean?
442.
It's actually Mike Austin. He drove it 515 yards at Winterwood Golf Course in Vegas. And I believe the record prior to him was Tiger Woods in Hawaii. He had a 498-yard drive. So
wow.
They
was
cranked
that one done this year?
I believe it was this year or last. It was pretty recent.
It was in that ferry tour, wasn't it?
It was
Seeing that.
Oh, maybe not this one. This says it was held in Las Vegas, Nevada in 1974, and he blasted it 65 yards past the flag on a par 4.
He probably like double bogeyed the hole.
So obviously the wind was like 30 miles an hour, right?
It had
like
to,
the one that Tiger had, the 498, it was at the plantation course at Kapula. That is it's more of like a downhill slope. So like that the roll obviously adds a lot to it. Dustin Johnson had a 489-yarder in 2018. Damn, these people are blasting it. Finger blasting it.
Do you guys know when the last time the Cleveland Browns won a playoff game?
Last night, November 10th, 2020.
Before last night.
I do know it was 26 years ago.
It was 1994.
Yes.
Under head coach Bill Belichick.
Billy B, yep.
When they beat the Patriots. Kind of crazy.
How the turns have tabled, huh?
What's the diameter of a basketball hoop in inches? Sean, the diameter is like a circle, like
it's a straight line across the widest point.
X plus Y
the
times
widest
2.
point. That's all the widest point.
Got it. 28.3. No.
Sean finally caught on that we're giving him those giant basketball hoops, so he feels good about himself. Isn't it 36 inches?
It's 18 inches.
Damn.
Did you measure that with your stretchy tail?
I was gonna make something about you guys, but I held back.
Speaking of basketball hoops, do you guys know who Tom Segura is?
Yeah.
So he's
comedian.
Like a comedian. Yeah, famous comedian. So him and Bert Kreischer, another comedian, were playing that Tristan Jass guy, like 2-on-1 in a gym. Then they were like having a dunk contest at the end, and they were seeing like who could like dunk on like 8 foot, who could go to 9 foot and stuff like that. So he went up for a dunk, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but you need to look it up. He went up for this dunk and he slipped and he fell, and like, so he only fell, he tore his like patellar tendon or something tore in his leg. So he fell, and when he fell, he broke his arm, and it literally bent the wrong way at the elbow. It is the funniest, like most disgusting picture. And he's just laying there, and it's like sticking straight up in the air. Dude, it is disgusting. But then everyone like took it, and just like all these comedians started like cropping him into pictures, like photoshopping him into a bunch of funny ass situations. It is hilarious. But yeah, he had to, and now is going to like rehab for his arm and his fucking leg. It's kind of crazy.
Oh no!
All for a YouTube video. Yep.
Well,
Anyways,
he'll have plenty of jokes about that. So
yeah, it's hilarious. I'll send it to you guys. But yeah, too funny.
So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna do this trivia game this year, and we're gonna have easier questions too for people like Luke and like that Bobby guy. Like the Olympics are held every how many years?
Yeah,
stuff like that. 3.
5 right now, if you want to talk about the COVID.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
That is true. Let me do maybe 1 or 2 more questions for you, okay? This will be a little Heisman trivia for you guys. So there are 3 schools that are tied for having the most Heisman players of all time. Like, you know what I mean? So name one.
USC.
They are actually tied for, no, they are in second with 6, but then there's 3 in front of them. Cody, any ideas?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is 1. Ding, ding, ding. Good job. The other 2, one of them plays tonight.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
The 3rd is Oklahoma.
Yeah. Fucking Oklahoma. I wouldn't have guessed Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Do you guys know what the trophy is made out of?
Copper?
I think it's metal.
It is. I just saw it. Where did it go? I think it's metal. You're so stupid.
The Nickelodeon one?
It's cast bronze.
The NFL or the MVP that
yeah, MVP. Mitch Trubisky won.
Trubisky.
All right, last one. Who was the first sophomore to win the Heisman Award? It was in 2007. So big hint.
2007. Big hint.
He was also on our bust list.
Matt Leinart.
He is now a baseball player.
Timmy T.
BT. First sophomore to win it.
Has everyone? Oh, he's the first sophomore to win it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What do you guys think? Should we go into... So next week, we will be calling somebody to play in this trivia game. So get ready. If you want to... If we haven't called you before, we're looking to get new people on. We have a list of some new people. So if you are interested, feel free to DM us. Send us a message. Say, hey, I want on. And we'll quiz you.
Sean, you're going to have to filter those DMs for which ones say I want on. If they're sending them to you, like if it's just your thirsty thirst trap.
Cody, I have a special inbox just for people reaching out about you. So,
Like, I like that kid that's dumb.
well,
Hey, you're talking about me.
it's most of them.
That's most of them.
All right, let's do Cody's corner in the third quarter here. Cody, want to take it away? What have you been
Cody,
betting on? What do you got for tonight?
Cody.
What?
I need you here.
Yes.
What's going on, man? Let's hear it.
For tonight's game,
Yep.
I hate my pick. I tried to delete it. Bovada does not let me undo my picks. But I think the best bet tonight would be Ohio State against the spread because I got them at +9.
Yep.
I think that's pretty fair. I was thinking about buying a half a point, but if it's 9, if it's 10, who cares? The over-under, I was reading somewhere that it's the highest over-under in college football in the last 10 years. Can anyone attest to that?
I think it's ever, though.
Ever?
I think ever.
Okay.
Dude, it's pretty
I
crazy.
hit the over. I told you guys today, if they set the over-under at 80, I'd still smash it. I think I got it at 74.5. Both teams are averaging in the 40s for points. The thing that makes me think that Ohio State can kind of keep up is that they have such a small sample size. So maybe Vegas is underestimating them a little bit because they only played 7 games. And that's, I think, kind of played part into that Clemson game. But that's what I got. I think they said that 57% of the bets placed are on Alabama, but 57% of the money placed is on Ohio State. It's pretty split. It's pretty split with the spread. I don't know.
Yeah. I went Ohio State at +9, and then I actually ended up taking the over in the first half. So I think it was 37.5.
Yeah, that should smash, right?
So I'm hoping that smashes. I guess like they were going through like the last like 10, and like almost all of them have been over 37.5 the first half. So let's hope for a high scoring, crazy game.
A lot of prop bets, and I was reading to essentially any Alabama player for yards or receptions, you hit the over. Ohio State has a pretty porous defense. So I think that's going to be on show. So the reason that I kind of justified the over in my head is that Ohio State has been shown to be pretty explosive offensively, and they have a really bad defense. So maybe they'll give up a lot of points, but if they can keep up and keep it somewhat close, that's what we'll take.
Yeah.
People are going to listen to this on Friday and think they were way fucking wrong. It'll be like
morons.
27-17.
That's how it always is, right?
It is.
Anything else you got going? You got any like NBA or just focusing on that tonight? I'm
just sticking to this one game. I just want to sit back and enjoy it. It's going to be a good game outside of the betting world. I think it's a lot of pros that we're going to be talking about in the next few years.
Yeah.
Going head to head, even outside of the quarterback department.
Yeah, I agree. Drew, do you have any bets on The Bachelor tonight, or what do you got going on?
Nothing there. But I am going to start looking at NBA. I unfortunately won all my bets yesterday. I picked Cleveland Browns to win the game. So that was huge, having that first quarter. But I woke up this morning and I also saw the score, and I was surprised by that as well. Cody mentioned that earlier. I didn't know if there was a comeback attempt or what was going on.
They were trying.
And then I picked the T-Wolves to hit the spread and to win. And so that was a big payoff for me.
Up?
I did yesterday. Yep.
Can you parlay the spread and the money line?
You can. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I didn't know you could do that.
And right now, I just went with Cody, and we're just going to let it ride. Ohio State +8.5 and the over. I mean,
damn.
You might as well play the over because once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
That way you can cheer for every score. It's not like, damn. You know, every time I take the under, even though, like, I think yesterday every game except for that Browns-Steelers game hit the under, which kind of sucked. But
some people are saying take the under, and then if it ends up being like a crazy 80-point game, then you get to enjoy that crazy game.
Right.
But if it isn't,
wouldn't
then
you rather
win.
enjoy that game and win some money while doing it?
Well, yeah, but
have your cake and eat it, Sean.
I'm just saying what I read today, what one person said.
I did look ahead into the Packers-Rams game, and the Packers are a 7-point favorite. I think that's fairly easy. I think it's going to go up as the week goes on. They might bump them to like 8.5.
You think so?
I do. If it comes down, I'll take that too. It's at Lambeau, and the Rams don't have that great of an offense, I think. Cooper Kupp is still nursing an injury. Jared Goff is still nursing an injury. They don't have like that bell cow. I'm afraid of some of the. I don't want to play like the Camaras, and I'm glad that the Titans got kicked out, so we don't have to face them in the Super Bowl or nothing. But those teams scare me. I'm not too scared of the Rams though for the Packers.
Yeah, I hear you.
You got any NBA picks tonight, Sean?
Let's see here. We got the Phoenix Suns at 5.5 to win.
What's your reasoning?
They've been playing pretty good ball, and
Sean, I'll put my money where your mouth is. Let's see what they got. Did they tip off already?
You're going -5, Sean?
They're going against the Wizards. Yeah, and because it's 5.5, because Westbrook's out, they pretty much only have Beal. Thomas Bryant just got hurt. Suns aren't playing bad, and the Wizards are pretty depleted. So
they're playing right now, huh?
They have Ryu Hachimura, Denny, Robin Lopez, Raul Neto, and Brad Beal. So if they beat the Suns, shame on the Suns.
They're currently up 10-6. Washington is over the Suns, just so you know. Lakers Rockets tonight. That's a fun game.
That's the one I'm most mad about.
That's tomorrow. That's right. That's tomorrow night. I apologize.
I was gonna bet on the Rockets against the Magic this weekend, and I didn't. And the Rockets just absolutely killed the Magic.
Yes, the Hornets won me some money. I was driving home from Central to Southern Wisconsin, and I just wanted to listen to something. And obviously, if you listen to something, you want to be interested. So money makes it interesting. And they gave the Hornets they were 6.5-point underdogs, and that was they ended up winning straight out. So that was a good game. The Ball brothers going head to head.
I had the Nuggets yesterday, and the Nuggets cleaned out the Knicks, so that was easy.
Nuggets are a good team.
Yeah. I think it was only like a 5-point spread or something. I'm like, yeah, they're going to take them.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're good at basketball.
Adam Pearson, PET.
All right. Anything else? Let's enjoy this game tonight. Good luck on the overs. Hope there's lots of scoring. Hope Ohio State can kind of stick around. Hopefully Justin Fields' injury isn't bad and he can play the whole game. All right. Fourth quarter, boys.
Fourth quarter, boys.
All right, so what are some of the craziest and weirdest bobbleheads that you have ever seen out there, or made, or maybe even like some of your favorites, if you guys have like personal favorites? Or
I do have one of the weirdest while I was searching this topic. It's kind of a tough one to explain. It'd be easy to show people who are following along, but I found this Alex Rodriguez centaur, and I can show you guys. I don't know who made it. It was shared by CBS Sports at one point in time, but it's Rodriguez. He looks super ripped up, and he's got a half horse, half human body with a baseball bat in his hand. Kind of strange. Sean, the one that I don't want to take it from you, but one that involves Abraham Lincoln.
Oh,
you got that
the Admirals, right?
Yeah, the Milwaukee Admirals. I was looking at a list, and that was actually number one weirdest sports bobblehead given away.
That's funny.
Because there's no correlation that I'm aware of.
Yeah, they just did one for Honest Abe. Like, I love a good random bobblehead that some like minor league teams do. It's always funny.
So I typed in Google, whatever, I typed in bobblehead, and the first thing that popped up said, is having a bobblehead collection weird or cool? And I was like, this is Sean. Sean typed this.
Well, what was it?
So, yeah, no, well, you guys tell me. I didn't read the article. Is it cool to have bobbleheads?
It depends on your value of the bobbleheads. If you get collectibles that are worth money and you have a couple $100K in bobbleheads, I think that's pretty cool. But if you get the cheap, shitty ones that are weird as hell, then that's weird.
I think it's cool to like have, but like I'm never going out of my way. Like I used to work for the Lakeshore Chinooks, like a Northwoods League team, and there would probably be about 200 people, and like probably 100 of those would show up just because it was a bobblehead game, and they would wait for 3 hours outside the gate to go get the bobblehead, and then they would just leave. They wouldn't even go to the game. And it's like that stuff is like too much for me. Like those people, like I just don't understand it. And like they'd flip them for $25, and I'm like, I get it, you're making a little money on it or something, but like I just don't I just
Did
don't
your
understand
mom do
it.
that, Sean?
Yeah, she does. She's a big bobblehead person. No, I mean, if I go to a game and it's a bobblehead day, like I'll be like, hell yeah, this is awesome. Like I'll keep it. Like I'll enjoy it. I'll put it up somewhere, like at work or once I get a man cave or something. Like they'll go up. I have a bunch of bobbleheads, just like randomly, but like
So that's why it's cool.
I didn't say it's cool. I just said I just have a bunch from like going to games. Like,
Sean, do you have the Brewers one where I think it's Lorenzo Cain and Christian Yelich? And no, it wasn't.
yeah,
It was
no, it's Segura and
they were doing their elbow.
yeah.
Was Segura's elbow broken?
Yeah.
It's the gauntlet. That is kind of funny. The gauntlet one, I have that one. I have like the hot dog. There's one cool one I got with the Timber Rattlers. It was Sam Decker holding the hot dog gun that they have there because they shoot hot dogs into the stands. So it's Sam Decker wearing a Rattlers jersey and he's shooting hot dogs into the stands. That one's kind of cool.
They have a hot dog gun?
Yeah, dude.
What does that mean?
Dude, they literally have hot dogs in aluminum foil and they shoot them in the gun to fans. Dude, yeah, it's awesome.
God, you're making me hungry for some wings. No, seriously.
Derek Turnbow, the Brewers had one with Derek Turnbow and he had real hair, or like it was real hair, like it would like flowed. Like I thought that was pretty funny. The Royals have one coming up this season that's they have Jorge Soler on their team and it's the Solar Power bobblehead and it like lights up, like it has batteries inside of it, so it's gonna light up. I think that's pretty awesome.
Sean definitely thinks bobbleheads are cool.
Dude, when people are creative about them, I think they're awesome. Like,
all right, I got a few for you.
There's a fine line between creative and weird, though. Like, I don't want my bobblehead with real doll hair.
The hair's
got. It's a doll, then. That's not a bobblehead.
I don't own that one, but
good point. All right, so I got a few written down here, but I won't waste your guys' time. So there was a Lane Kiffin bobblehead when he transferred from Tennessee to USC, and a gun range out in Texas or Tennessee, that was their promotion to come shoot the bobbleheads of Lane Kiffin. I was like, it's pretty genius because he probably made a bunch of money. This one's kind of funny too. In MLS, Kansas City Sporting, and they had a bobblehead night, and a fan threw it at the goalie and it hit him in the head and knocked him out.
It knocked him out from a bobblehead throw?
The article read that he thought he ran into the goalpost, but he realized he's in the middle of the net. So how could that have happened?
Oh, my goodness.
That's crazy.
Shout out Portland Timbers fans. And my last one is funny but not funny. David Ortiz, they made these bobbleheads for him, and it was full blackface. It was it got recalled very quickly. Damn. But David was just like, "Is that supposed to be me?" I mean, you have to see this. It's not okay.
There were some historically bad ones that I found that were like really, really bad fuck ups, which I might post some on Instagram because they're hilarious. One was Donovan McNabb. Another was Roger Clements. Allen Iverson. There was a really bad one of him holding like a gold basketball and like had super baggy shorts. It was just hilarious. Carlos Lee from the Brewers. There was a Barry Bonds one and then like a Derek Jeter one, and they all had some really, really bad ones. Whoever Cleveland, the Cavaliers were going with for a while, they could not get LeBron right. There were 3 that they pretty much botched, but then they had a Dwayne Wade bobblehead night, and it was like, it's like a spitting image of Dwayne Wade. Like, it is so freaking good. And everyone's like, how could you not even come close to LeBron? But then Dwayne Wade's is just perfect.
He's got a nicer face.
This isn't bobblehead related, but remember Ronaldo's statue that someone made?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel like that was like a joke. Like it was so bad.
It wasn't.
I know it wasn't, but Jesus.
Oh, poor guy.
Let's see. You guys got any other ones? We'll post some of those really bad ones on our Instagram and let you guys enjoy them.
Send us your favorite bobbleheads.
Yeah.
We'll judge if you're weird or cool.
Yeah, let us know if you think it's cool, weird, if you collect them. and what your favorites are. Let's see. All right, boys. So that's the end of the fourth quarter. Overtime. Should we kick off season 1 with a name game? Should we continue with dropping those teams off that we did last season and kind of continue it and do some new teams? Or what are you guys thinking for overtime?
So I won. Do I get a T-shirt? Do our fans get T-shirts? What's going on, Sean?
Every fan gets a T-shirt.
I meant the winners.
Yeah, Drew, we'll send you a bobblehead in the mail.
I'll take
a bobblehead out of my collection and send you it. It'll be Sam Decker shooting a fucking hot dog out of a gun.
I do want to see that one.
I'll show you. It's pretty cool. What do you guys want to do, Drew? We'll talk about that next season.
I just meant let's promo the merch.
Oh yeah. Should we talk about that right now?
Yeah, let's just skip the name game. We'll talk about that later.
It's past 6 o'clock, Cody.
It's getting close to that 6:30 time.
Are we leaving our fans hanging with the name? We're not going to play one game tonight.
All right, one game. Let's do it.
We have to play a game. All right, here we go. We're spinning.
I'm gonna cheat though.
It's probably going to be a baseball team, and it's going to suck. God damn it. All right, boys. So, Cody, you don't have to worry. Hands up. And it's the Texas Rangers.
Oh, this one's good for me.
We're going to go with Andrews. Is that his name? Hot start. Elvis Andrews, maybe? Is that his name?
Yes.
Whew, let's go. Then we're going to go Cody, and then we're going to go Drew.
Oh my gosh, the Texas Rangers. I can see his face, a perfectly trimmed beard, glasses that reflect nicely. I can't think of anyone right now. Were we talking about Texas Rangers?
Texas Rangers.
Okay, so that's the MLB team. Jose Altuve, I think he played there.
Did he?
No,
I don't think he did. You're thinking of the other Texas team. Is Cody out already?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is going to be short-lived, let me tell you.
Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, fuck. Adrian Beltre. Is that his name? Beltre?
Yeah. Yep.
He's the guy who hates getting his head touched, right?
Yeah, he's hilarious with Elvis Andrews. Let's go with Alex Hamilton.
Who was the druggy dude who got suspended for being on drugs and then he came back? Isn't his name Hamilton? Josh Hamilton?
Or that's what I meant. Yeah, Josh Hamilton.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wow. We're gonna go.
Oh man, there's at least two that I should have.
At least two. The Rangers. Did Carlos Lee play there? I know he played at the Astros. Did he go to the Rangers, though?
You want me to fact check?
Sure.
Yes, he did in 2006.
Nice.
For 1 year.
Nice. Pressure's on you.
Let's go with Ian Kinsler.
Oh, God. We're going to go with Ricky Weeks.
Yep, he's there.
Yes, got him.
Mark Teixeira.
Oh, that was my next one. Prince Field.
Hey, he might have been there. I can't remember.
Might have. I feel like I've seen him in a jersey before.
Nolan Ryan.
Oh, you're going old school on me now. All right. Barry Bonds.
Yup, he was there.
I'm calling it quits. You won with Nolan. Who else do you have though, Drew?
Scott Hanneman, Isaiah Falefa. I don't know. That's
what
it.
Falefa?
It's a hyphenated name.
Yeah. Did anyone say Ruffin Odor?
Oh.
What about Joey Gallo?
Oh,
Dude.
and Gallo. God damn it.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
Dude, I always play Odor in fantasy like FanDuel and shit. So
And he sucks.
Dude, I always
play
used to do
Odor.
I used to stack him with Andrews and
Dude,
What's his
Joey
name?
Gallo is a solid. He's like a second-round pick in fantasy baseball season-long leagues, and I couldn't even think of his fucking name.
Are there any pitchers there, Drew? Like, what pitchers are?
Kyle Gibson,
Oh, he's from the Twins.
Like any like historical ones that we know?
Kohei Ariana,
Nolan Ryan.
Well, besides him,
Oh, I
Kyle
can't.
Cody.
great Nolan.
Let's see.
Ryan.
Let's look at their best all-time. You guys want that?
Yeah.
Adrian Beltre,
Yep.
Nolan Ryan, Ivan Rodriguez, Alex Rodriguez.
Oh God, Ivan Rodriguez. God, that's stupid.
Juan Gonzalez, Buddy Bell, Mark Teixeira,
Teixeira.
Buddy Bell. That's all they had. That's their best ever.
That's awesome.
Mark Teixeira.
I
All
secretly
right.
like the Rangers.
Well,
Yeah, they're a
congrats,
fun
Drew.
team. But weren't there a bunch of Brewers that went to the Rangers?
That's why I was naming some old Brewers. I was like, yeah,
Did Prince Fielder play there? Did we figure that out?
I don't know. Definitely, I think.
Yeah, of course.
I know he's with the Tigers, but I don't know.
No, he did. He did.
Did he?
Yep.
What about Ricky Weeks?
Prince Seaman Fielder.
Let's see if Richard Weeks did. He was the Rays, then the Brewers, then the Mariners.
Ooh, just a bit outside. All right, well, Drew, you're up 1-0 on us for the beginning of the first. For the beginning of the second season.
All right.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
That brings us to the end of the first episode. So don't forget to subscribe to us. I think we're up. What's the count, boys? We're up over 700 on Instagram. Followers, that is. We've been having some great fan interactions recently. A lot of people tagging stuff, talking,
Ooh.
voting on stuff, loving it.
Can you guess the current followers number?
7-Eleven.
Wrong. Drew, you looking at it right now?
Yeah. Not fair.
It is 716.
Oh, let's go. All right.
I do have some beef with the Instagram. It's about to be 715. It says Sean and then Drew and then Cody. It makes me seem very unimportant.
Because your name's shorter.
I did it alphabetically.
But why are there with Sean
Oh,
backwards alphabetically?
Yeah.
Why are there periods between every word in the bio?
He was like kind of making a statement. Like, I don't know. Like, I
Sean,
was like,
Drew, Cody,
Cody,
sports, beers,
sports,
brats.
beers, brats.
Okay, that's how we should start out each one from now on.
Every episode.
Yeah. Oh, did we pick a winner?
No, we're about to.
Okay.
So big announcement here. Big day for us. So we're launching our first line of merch. So it is going to be on spreadshirt.com. So we'll post the link. It's shop.spreadshirt.com/brats-beers. It is kind of long, I guess, for you to memorize.
Because no one's gonna remember spreadeagle.com.
We'll post the link for you to go on. Check it out. We have everything for men, women, babies, because half of our listeners are apparently pregnant and giving birth in March, I believe. So shout out to them. We got some bibs. We got some stuff for dogs. Got some mugs, some pillows. We got some really cool stuff on there. So go check it out. Buy some shirts. We're also going to have on January 18th through the 20th is going to be our first sale. It's going to be 21% off on January 18th through the 20th. So you'll have a couple days there, already save some money on our merch. So buy in bulk, take advantage of this sale, get everything you need. We have a t-shirt coming to Aaron and a t-shirt coming to Nick for winning last season. So we'll send you over the link, guys, have you pick out which design you would like, and we'll get that over to you. Guys, you excited for some merch? I'm sorry, some merchandise. I know Cody doesn't like merch.
We're in our 30s now. Like, we can't be dropping merch like we're teeny boppers. Yeah, I think that we should all buy our favorite piece of merch and then post a picture of ourselves looking as goofy as possible.
Let's do it. One more thing. We did have a BuckedUp promotion that we were running for people to tag and repost our posts. So we're giving away a BuckedUp shaker and 4 sample packs of BuckedUp pre-workout. So we are going to do that right now. We're going to spin the wheel. I'm going to screenshot it here and post it on Instagram, or do a video so you guys can see it. So we'll go ahead and run that right now. All right. It looks like it landed on Tyler Albrechts. So shout out to Tyler Albrechts. Thank you for tagging some people and posting our promotion here. So congrats. We'll be sending over BuckedUp shaker and some samples. You guys know if Tyler, like, does this guy work out a lot, do you think? Do you think he's going to use this stuff or what?
Never met him.
One time he ran a marathon and his nipples started to bleed through his shirt.
So he'll probably need some pre-workout to get him through it.
Yep.
All right. Well, perfect. Well, congrats, Tyler. We'll send that over to you here very soon. All right. Well, that is the end of the episode, guys. Congrats, Tyler. Congrats, Drew, on winning. We will talk to you soon. We have some awesome interviews coming up too. So get ready for that. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
It's going to be a good year. Let's go.
Yeah. See you guys.
Celebrate a smoky thick bra. Underdog, make it to the contender. Coming through this header when you're straight.